Sophia's body was changing rapidly. Her tummy grew bigger by the day, and she could no longer ignore it. She had never imagined she could be pregnant. Yes, she had experienced signs, dizziness, and strange feelings, but she brushed them off, never considering the possibility. Even though she had been intimate with Joel, their gym instructor, the thought of pregnancy seems never crossed her mind. Unable to bear the burden alone any longer, Sophia decided to confide in her close friend, Rachel. When Rachel saw her, she was stunned. Sophia's pregnancy was unmistakable. "Sophia," Rachel exclaimed, her eyes wide in disbelief. "What's going on? Have you completely lost your senses? Look at you. This belly. How could you not know you are pregnant? Tell me, who is responsible?" Sophia's face changed, and tears began to flow. Her voice trembled as she stammered, I don't even know where to begin. This is a disaster. I have ruined everything. People want me, but I refuse to listen. I have to tell you the truth. There is no use in hiding anymore." She paused, struggling to find the words. "It's Joel," she confessed, "our gym instructor. We have been seeing each other secretly. I didn't tell anyone because I noticed everyone had a soft spot for him. And I didn't want trouble. But now I am trapped. I didn't plan for this, Rachel. I can't handle this pregnancy. I don't even know what to do. I will advise you to inform Joel about this ASAP. And I can see that silly thoughts are running in your mind. Don't ever try to terminate this pregnancy. Don't ever try to do that. It's against the custom of our land and is a great sin, or perhaps it might cost you your life," Rachel said. The following morning, Sophia invited Joel to her hostel and had a lengthy conversation with her. She even poured her heart out with the intention of terminating the pregnancy. Joel objected and promised to take good care of her and her pregnancy. "The best thing for us right now is to see your parents and let them realize the situation on ground." Meanwhile, unknown to Sophia, Joel and her mother are seeing each other too. They have been together right from when Joel was a shoe cobbler. What a tragic coincidence. Joel instructs Sophia to inform her mother about the incident on phone before meeting her in person. She lifted her phone up and connected with her mom. "Hi mom, how have you been doing? I've been having these strange feelings lately. So, I decided to visit a doctor and the news was broken to me that I am pregnant." Her mother, Madam Olivia, angrily replied, "You are what? You are pregnant. Who is that unfortunate being that impregnated you? I sent you to school to become relevant in life and to become a significant person in life. But unfortunately, you are opening your laps here and there. How do you explain this to your father, you this shameless human being?" When her mother noticed sudden silence of her, she quickly controlled her emotion and asked her to come home immediately. Being a mother, she tried to pet her so that she will not do unthinkable. Sophia eagerly packed her belongings and headed home with Joel's assistance. Upon her arrival, Madam Olivia was stunned to see her daughter heavily pregnant. Despite her shock, Madam Olivia consoled Sophia telling her to prioritize her health for the sake of her unborn child. Inform the son of bitch that impregnated you to see me. Madam Oliver then instructed Sophia to inform the father of her unborn child to meet her. Unknown to Madam Oliver, the Joel was the person. One afternoon, Madam Oliver invited Joel to meet her at their usual hotel. After their encounter, Madam Oliver persuaded Joel to visit her at home. Joel initially declined, but eventually agreed. Upon entering Madam Oliver's grand mansion, Joel was shocked to see Sophia lying on a couch, visibly pregnant. He was trembling and unable to speak. Madam Oliver introduced Sophia as her daughter, who had returned from school pregnant. Madam Oliver expressed her disappointment and frustration with the situation. Joel, trying to compose himself, quickly made an excuse to leave, claiming he was feeling unwell before Sophia could wake up from her sleep. Madam Oliver allowed him to leave, still unaware that Joel was the father. Joel was the one who impregnated her daughter. As Joel departed, Madam Oliver's words echoed in his mind. You informed the son of bitch that impregnated you to see me. Madam Joel's world was crumbling around him, and he knew his secret would soon be exposed. Madam Clara refused to stop trying to make Joel's heirs, which caused a big fight between her and Oliver. Clara wanted Joel all to herself and started planning how to ruin his relationship with Oliver. She even began looking for secrets to use against them. One day, Clara discovered a big secret. Oliver's daughter was pregnant, and her husband, Chief Otumba, didn't know about it. Otumba had been living abroad for years and had not come home. Clara saw this as a chance. She called Otumba and said, "Do you know your daughter is pregnant?" After they've had introductory discussion. "Someone has been taking your place while you are away. I warned your wife about it, but she didn't listen. And the man is not even your league. You don't believe me, right? You trust your wife to that extent. I will send you proof. Feed your eyes with it." Otumba, who was a rich businessman, was shocked and angry. He could not believe what he had just heard. He decided to come home immediately to find out the truth. He got on his private jet and flew back that same day. When he arrived at his house, no one was home. His wife and his children were out. He decided to wait in the living room until they returned. After a long time, he had a car on outside. He knew right away that it was his wife. The gate man opened the gate and told Oliver that her husband was back. Surprised and scared, Oliver quickly reversed her car and parked it outside, so Otumba wouldn't see her. She told her daughter to get out of the car and hide somewhere. When Olivia finally entered the house, she pretended to be surprised and upset to see her husband. Otumba greeted her with a warm hug, but she acted like she was angry. They started talking about his business abroad. Oliver asked him why he came home so suddenly. Otumba looked serious and said, "I didn't come home for business this time around. I came home to deal with something personal." As they are having their long discussion, he asked about the well-being of her daughter, Sophia, about her academics and general well-being. She responded positively that she is doing great. She never mentioned her pregnancy. She started to have second thoughts about Clara's claim and wanted to debunk it as soon as possible. Please tell your daughter to come home tomorrow. I would like to meet her. I've missed her so much. Meanwhile, Sophia has been home for months. Her mother sent her message to ignore her dad's call and perhaps off her phone and find somewhere to stay. She shouldn't go to their hostel, but she should patiently wait for her lead before coming home. Sophia knew she couldn't keep her secret hidden for long. Ignoring her mom's warning, she went straight home. When she walked in, her dad, Otumba, was sitting in the living room. She looked at her eyes, shocked. So it is true. You are pregnant, Sophia? He asked, his voice heavy with disappointment. Why would you do this? Without waiting for an answer, he stormed out, aunt and angry. He couldn't stand to be near her and decided to leave the house. He went to stay at his private hotel, far away from everyone, to think about what to do next. While at the hotel, Otumba couldn't stop thinking about what his wife's friend, Clara, had told him about his wife, Olivia. He thought Olivia had betrayed him. He wanted to find out if it was true. After many phone calls and begging from his wife and children, he finally decided to come back home, ready to hear the full truth. Otumba told Sophia to call the man who got her pregnant when he later got home. Nervously, she called Joel and told him her dad wanted to meet him. Joel was terrified. He knew he was in a big trouble because of what he had done. Not just getting Sophia pregnant, but also secretly having a relationship with her mom. It was a terrible mistake, and he knew it. When Joel later summoned his courage, he arrived at their house. Olivia, Sophia's mom, was shocked to see him. What are you doing here, Joel? She asked, confused and worried. Before Joel could answer, Otumba stood up, glaring at him. You are Joel, right? Otumba said, I knew it. You are the one who got my daughter pregnant, but that's not all. Is it? I've heard the rumors you have also been with my wife, my daughter. Do you have no shame? Otumba's anger filled the room, and Olivia couldn't deny the truth. She began to cry, ashamed of what she had done. You've ruined everything. You've ruined everything. You've destroyed my life and my daughter's life. Joel left the house feeling guilty and scared. For this, he stayed inside his apartment, too ashamed to go out. But Otumba wasn't done. His anger grew, and he decided to teach Joel a lesson. One night, Otumba's men grabbed Joel and took him away. They locked him in a dark room and treated him harshly. After a few days, Otumba finally came to see him. Joel, he said, his voice cold. I could have ended your life right here, but I won't do that. Instead, I want you to leave and never come back. If I see you near my family again, it will be the last time you ever breathe. I couldn't blame you much, if not my wife who turned herself to cheap bags, dishing out her body to someone like you, ingrate fellow. You made it on her and decided to use her daughter as Jara. Very good of you, Otumba said. Joel replied, before God and man. I'm unaware that Sophia was a wife's daughter. It was after the incident I came to know about Sophia and her mother. I was so shocked too, and I couldn't revert my action back. I seek for forgiveness, and I will never set to see them again. Spare my life so I can see another day. Joel was covered with black cloths after Chief Otumba signaled, dragged forcefully into a car. When they reached a secluded junction, he was thrown out of the car onto the street, bruised and with no shoes. When he finally made it back to his apartment, he found it empty. Otumba's men had taken everything: his furniture, his clothes, even his dishes. Joel sat in the middle of his empty room, crying. He had lost everything because of his bad choices. Now, he had nothing left but regret. Otumba decided not to return home again because he didn't know how to face his wife and daughter after everything that happened. He felt haunted and ashamed, so he went back abroad to focus on his work and avoid the situation. Joel, on the other hand, disappeared after Otumba's men warned him to stay away. No one knew where he had gone. A few months later, Sophia was taken to the hospital one sunny afternoon. It was time for her to have a baby. She went through a long and difficult labor. Because of all the stress she had been through, she lost the baby, though she survived. The news broke everyone's heart. Madam Olivia felt a mix of emotions. Part of her was thankful that Sophia was alive and didn't have to nurse a pitiful child, but another part was deeply sad about how her daughter got her first pregnancy. She also felt guilty, knowing the whole mess started because of Joel, the man she had once been with. It was a terrible situation that left the family broken. Meanwhile, Joel was back to square one. He had lost everything and was now struggling to start over. He thought about how his life would have been different if he had stayed with Maria, his girlfriend, who had always supported him and wanted to build a future together. Instead, he had chosen a life of chasing married women for money, which ruined his life. Joel's mistake taught him that bad choices can destroy everything and leave you with nothing but regrets. Moral lessons. In the story, Joel's double life, secretly dating both Sophia and her mother, Madam Olivia, led to devastating consequences. His dishonesty and betrayal tore apart a family, damaged Sophia's future, and ruined his own life. Otumba, the head of the family, was forced to flee, unable to cope with the shame and pain caused by this secret. This teaches us that first, no matter how well hidden, will eventually surface, causing unsolvable harm to relationship. Secondly, Joel's lack of integrity and pursuit of short-term pleasures with multiple women destroys his life. Despite being in a supportive relationship with Maria, he chose the path of greed, ultimately cost him his relationship, reputation, and stability. Integrity would have allowed Joel to build a meaningful life instead of falling into greed and selfish desires. This moral reminds us that living an honest and principled life is invaluable, as it builds trust and lasting respect. The end. Thank you for watching this video up to this moment. I do appreciate your sincere support. If you really like and enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you. See you my next video.